Alrighty, Root. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever it is you guys are. So today, we are going to take a look at another 3 really cool mods. If you've missed any of the ones so far, they are linked in a playlist on the main part of the channel, as well as I linked them in the description now. That way, they're a lot easier to find. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's hop on in and take a look at the mods today, shall we? So the first mod we are going to be looking at today is called Elements Cosmetic Pack. This one adds in one outfit so far, with more planned on coming very soon. So at the moment, you are only going to get this one here, which is Cora Costumeskin, and it will override any other outfits that you have on, so just make sure that you take anything off. It also says that it goes on your... Let's grab that. It goes on your torso or armor. I'm just putting it on my torso, and we're gonna go from here. So let's go into orbital here, and this is the costume. Really, really nice looking costume. I don't know if it's my graphics or what, but the mouth is a little bit hard to see. But other than that, it looks really, really well. I like that. Let's hold on. Out of orbital, we want third person. There we go. So it does say that it had third person and first person animations, which is really nice. There is a little bit of clipping on the back flap thing, but other than that, it looks really, really cool. So the graphics in third person actually look really nice. I like that. Let's go back into first person here, and we're just going to go back into the menu here. So it does look really nice in first person as well as third person. But if you're looking for just a different style to be using, or just a different outfit, we do have quite a few choices now. So this is just going to add another choice to your basket. So with that out of the way, let's hop on in with the second mod on the list today, which is also another cosmetic. This one here is called the Reaper Costume Skin. This one here adds in a Reaper costume skin. It's pretty obvious, but this one here is really cool. It does look very, very nice. So we're just going to take a look at this one here. And the third mod on the list today is actually a pretty big one, so that's why we did a couple smaller ones here first. So in third person here, you have a really, really cool looking Reaper. Like, this is probably one of my favorite balloon costume skins. Like, there's the T-Rex and stuff like that, but... the Reaper's just pretty cool. This looks cool. I like this. I mean, it's so bouncy and bubbly. Like, I don't know. I kind of want to play with this one for a little bit. So we will go into orbital camera here for a second and just take a look so you can see the rest of the costume. It is really, really nice. Like, for a balloon costume, this is just amazing. It is very well done. I do like these, like, just as you move, the head bubbles and bubbles. It's funny. It's a good comical thing to be playing around with if you just kind of feel like having a fun time. So, I mean, it's just another outfit. There's a lot of them to choose from, like I said, with the last one. But, I mean, I don't know. It gets kind of boring playing as the same old character with armor all the time. I mean, I know there's a few skins that they've added in game now. A lot of them are locked behind the Bob's Tall Tales DLC. So, again, if you don't own that, there isn't a whole lot of options for you for skins. So if you are looking for some cool skins, take a look at some of these ones here today, because they are pretty damn neat. So with that out of the way, let's hop on in with the third mod today. The third mod on the list today is pretty big, so we're gonna... There we go. There we go. We're gonna come over here. So the third mod we are gonna be taking a look at today is called Cyber's Structures QOL, which is quality of life. So this one here is a massive overhaul, and I mean massive. We're going to take a look at a few of the things that are added in with this, but this here has over 200 recipes, structures, and more, from everything including a nanny, a farmer, a hatchery, a little CS gun for picking up your stuff. It's got so much going on in this. So we're going to take a look at a few of the things that are included in this, but if you're looking for a drastic overhaul to your game, definitely check this one out. I have been using this one for quite a while now, and I had someone ask if we could do it as a showcase, and I figured, you know what, this is good. This is a good idea. However, I knew it was going to take a little bit of time because there is a lot to do in this, which is why we're not going to be covering absolutely everything. Like, it comes with structures, so there's CS versions of everything, and I mean everything. You can have different CS versions of your structures, which I never really understood those ones. If anyone else understands those or knows what those ones are for, maybe let me know in the comment section. But you can have CS roofs, you can have CS walls, all kinds of stuff like that. And I didn't understand what those ones were for, so we're not going to look at the walls and stuff. But there is a lot here. So we're going to work through and look at some of the coolest features of it, I think. And there is plenty more for you guys to check out yourselves. If you'd like to check out the mod, check it out in the ARC mod description spot, and it'll show you everything that comes with it. Like it was a big list. So anyways, we are going to look at the first few things here. So first of all, it is going to come with the CS Smithy. This one here is basically your same as your regular Smithy, but you'll be able to craft a lot of your CS things in here. One of the coolest features that I have to point out right away with the CS mod here is the ability to pull items. Now that is huge, absolutely huge. If you have played much of ARC, dragging items around is such a pain. If you don't have dedicated storage, which lets you pull, then you're SOL, okay? You're SOL because you have to go and grab all those resources and slowly drag them over to the place you need them. With this here, you can come up to the top of your screen here, and you're going to have a few different options. You can change your settings and stuff, which we're not going to really go through that. There's a lot of stuff you can change. But the coolest part is this right here. And of course, I have to relog. It does this to me. Okay, 1 second. Okay, there we go. So now that I've relogged, everything is working perfectly fine. So if you come into your structure here, anything that you open up is going to have this new bar at the top, and you're going to be able to actually auto pull things into your own inventory, which you use this side over here, or into the structures inventory, which you use over here. So if we click on this, we can go to absolutely anything we want. We're going to go to fiber, which there's already a little bit in here, but we're going to pull a little bit more. You click on whatever item you want. It's going to show you what it's in. You click on either pull all or put in whatever quantity you want, and then hit pull, and it is going to pull that all over into here. And now you can craft all of your items. The pulling feature is huge. No longer do you have to struggle with pulling and stacking so many items and dropping them on the floor and slowly walking over and putting them into your box and then walking over and grabbing more and throwing them on the floor because you can't carry everything. This is huge. I love this mod. Now again, if you have dedicated storage, you can kind of avoid that because it seems to have an auto pull type feature. But if you haven't hit dedicated storage, this is huge, and I mean huge. So the CS variations here all have different things to them. So they basically have a bigger inventory. They can auto pull to them, which is the biggest feature I find. Like that part is huge. The bigger inventory is also another huge thing because usually you have a very limited amount of slots that you can use inside of that. And by the time you pull your materials in there, you don't really have enough room to do what you needed to do anyway. So this adds a almost doubled, I believe, of inventory space in each of the things. Not to mention, they're usually smaller, they are quieter, they're more efficient. Like, there is a lot to the CS mod. Like, each of the things you're going to build are going to be better in almost any way you can think of. So, if you come into the crafting station here, you're going to be able to build anything that you could build in a normal smithy, but you can build the CS version of it. So, if you go to a regular smithy, you won't be able to build the CS versions of anything because they won't show up. You have to have the CS version of whatever you're trying to do put down. So if you want to build, like for instance, the CS refining forge, you have to put down a CS smithy first so that all the CS items are showing up inside of it. I hope that made sense. So that is the smithy. You've also got this here, which is cool. This is called a converter. If you put regular blueprints in here, you can actually convert these into the CS version. So we're going to take just one regular storage box here and just give it a good look here. So this one here, it can hold 15 items, and I believe it is... Yeah, so we can't lock that one. If we come in here and we click on these now, we can now convert this into the CS version, just like so. And if we put these into our inventory now, and we place one of these down. So this has double storage. So instead of 15, we now have 30 storage. And the other cool thing, you can lock these. So, whoops. I mean, so I know it's a small thing, but it's huge. Like if you're playing on a server, you can actually lock your small storage bins, which are very, very affordable to build. Really, really cool little feature. So you can convert anything. For instance, if you hit up a drop and you have a regular industrial forge, let's say, let's say you just get one of those, okay? And you're like, man, I wish that was a regular CS version, because the regular industrial forge is massive, like absolutely massive. I really don't like it because of how big it is and how much room you need to put that down. In a second, we're going to look at the CS version, which is like crazy, crazy small. But anyways, so you can take your regular version, put it in here, and convert it to the CS version, which is a huge, huge thing. So we'll come back to these guys here in a minute. They're there for kind of like last. You also have some dedicated storages here, which the thing I like about these is you unlock these way, way earlier than regular tech dedicated storages. So these here, they're basically the exact same. Again, they're going to have way more storage on them. They're just a way better choice. The other cool thing, they also will store items. Clear the resource. There's already a resource there. There we go. They will hold items. You can put any item in there, and it'll hold your items for you too, which I'm not sure if the regular ones do. I never really used the regular dedicated storages, to be honest. But these can hold your items and all kinds of cool stuff. All right, I'm going to try to get through this a little bit quickly, but I'm also going to try not to forget very much. I really apologize if I do forget stuff. So you also have your air conditioners here, which are just a little bit smaller as well as can stack. The other cool thing about these is you need less of these. They work twice as good as your regular in-game ones. So instead of having 10 air conditioners, for instance, to hatch out your eggs you need, now you'll only need 5. Huge, huge change. So that's the air conditioners. We also have the twin bed here. The reason why I put the bed in here is because regular beds have a cooldown time. Once you die a couple times, which if you get into a respawn loop, sucks, you have to sit there for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it is, for your bed to be ready to respawn. These don't have a respawn timer. You could just keep respawning, which huge, huge thing if you're doing an artifact run or an aberration, for instance, when I was doing the Drake Nest attempts with Nyx and Yeti, and we were trying to go down in there and pick up some eggs and get out of there. There was a lot of chaos and hecticness and dying, and you know what, if it weren't for the respawning beds where you could kind of respawn over and over without having to wait, that would have been just horrible. So these aren't a whole lot different, but they add the ability to not have a cooldown. That part to me is huge. Next we have the beehive here. The beehive works almost the same as your in-game one. Only difference, it has a way bigger slot, or I believe it's the same storage actually. So it's only 24 storage, but the upside with this is these actually will stack. So I don't know if this is the mod I'm using. It very well could be. I have a stacking mod on, so it is like stacking them. But the thing about this one is it's efficient, like very, very efficient. I just set this up before I started this mod showcase, so this has only been sitting here maybe, I'm going to say 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and it's already gotten me 53 honey in half an hour. Like, that is insane. So you will get your stuff way faster using this one, as well as the auto pull. The auto pull, I can't tell you how good that auto pull is. So, like I was saying earlier, if you open up something, it will show you what you can auto pull. Now, because this is only a beehive, we can only auto pull rare flowers. I don't have any set up right now, so it's not showing any. But depending on what you open, it will only let you auto pull things that can come into that anyways. So if we come into the feed bin, it will let us auto pull any kind of food that can come in here. Really, really cool. Again, if you have a dino sitting around with all kinds of stuff, because it usually happens, as long as your dino is close enough to this, you can auto pull all the stuff from your dino into here. It is really, really cool. So this one here is just your regular feed bin. It just has a bigger inventory. I don't believe it has a bigger range. Let me see. You know what? To be honest, the range actually looks a little bit bigger than a regular feed bin. I could be wrong, but it does look like it's a little bit bigger than a regular feed bin. Anyways, the thing with these is they hold a lot more items, so you have 100 slots on this, as well as it will actually auto pull, which the auto pull, huge thing for me. Now, the fabricator here, it is exactly the same as how the smithy is. Anything that you want to craft inside the fabricator, you just come over here, and it will have the CS version of that inside of here. So as you can see, it shows all the CS versions. You can craft your regular stuff in here as well, too. So, I mean, if you just want to use regular stuff, too, you are more than welcome to do that. So you don't have to worry about being limited by putting this down. You can still build all your regular stuff. This just gives you the ability to craft the CS versions as well. So that is your fabricator. Next we have this one here, which I have not used this one. This one I didn't even know existed. This is cool. This one here, as long as you fill it with med brews, it will give you this new buff down here in your corner. Let me go in here. Which is called Home Sweet Home. When home, safe and sound, will keep the owner refreshed and well fed, as well as giving a small boost in weight carry. So this just keeps you fully healed and fed, which is amazing. And it's got a pretty big range on this. Can I see the range? Like, I don't even know how, yeah, like the range is way over there. Like it's got a huge range. So this thing is cool. Like once you come back to base, you don't have to worry about anything. This will just fix you up. It's good to go. I didn't know that existed. That is cool. Then you have your industrial cooker here, which I don't think it's smaller. It could be smaller. But the thing about this one is it's got 100 storage slots in it, and it also lets you auto pull everything you need. Huge thing, especially when you're doing things like this. The other cool thing is there's a couple of things that come with the CS that you don't usually get. So this one gives you the ability to craft your own Mind Wipe tonic. Really cool. As well as a Dino Mind Wipe. So if you've spent a lot of your time and resources, you know, getting that dino all maxed out, and you decide, man, I kind of want him a little bit different right now, you can craft this up, give it to him, put those stats into something else. It is really cool. So you can craft absolutely everything else you want, but it's got its own couple things. This is the like huge game-changing thing for me. The Industrial Forge, okay, like I'm sure you've all seen the Industrial Forge. It is absolutely massive. It takes up like a couple of foundations at least. Like it's huge. I don't use it because it's just too big. I'll put a couple of regular forges down because it's just more efficient. This is huge. So this one is the same idea, but it has 100 storage, as well as this here will craft crazy fast. And I mean crazy fast. The size is another thing. Like you can put this inside a base. You don't have to go modifying the outside of a base now just so that you can have a cool industrial forge. Like this thing is normal size. I like this. Why is the other one so big? Anyways, so this is going to work the exact same. You can auto pull into it. It's smaller, it's more efficient. There's no noise on most of them as well. Yeah. So there's no noise on a lot of these, which is really cool. Now the other thing here is a grinder. Regularly, your grinder is really cool. You can put extra stuff in here, grind it down into the resources you need. This grinder is huge. This grinder will let you craft absolutely everything, including black pearls. You can do anything in here. So not only can you destroy stuff, so if we... Whoops, I didn't want to put the boots in there. Give me back my boots. We put a couple items in there. We'll put those in there as well. And just hit grind all items. There we go. It is going to destroy all of those, give us back the resources we need, which was pretty cool. But we can also craft anything else we want out of here now. So as long as you have the resources for the things you are looking for, like red gems, it lets you actually craft these with crystal and then some coloring to obviously color them red. Same with your blue and your green. It is absolutely incredible. But the black pearls, like you can just craft black pearls. And it's not like it just gives them to you either. Like it's not easy to craft these. It's 2,500 cementing paste, 1 silica pearl, and 500 oil to make your black pearl. And I'm pretty sure you get one. Like it's, let me see. Oh yeah, I already had some in there, so it's not going to show me. You can craft anything you need with this grinder, which is such a cool feature. If you're playing on Aberration, for instance, which is where we were, I couldn't craft cactus broth because I couldn't get cactus. You can get cactus sap now because all you have to have is regular sap, grind that down into your cactus sap, and now you can craft your cactus broth. It is absolutely insane. I love this mod. This mod is hugely game changing for me. So that's the grinder. Now we're going to move on with the last few before we drag this video on too long. I do apologize, but the overhauls do take some time. I try to get, you know, as quickly as possible, but still not miss all the really cool things that we have to look at here. So next we're going to be looking at is the nanny. The nanny is really, really cool. So I'm going to come in here and show you the nanny because it doesn't really explain it when you go to it over there. Farmer, gardener, nanny. There we go. So the nanny will give food to nearby babies that are under 15%. It'll imprint nearby non-adult babies. It can place preserving salt in inventory and requires power. Okay. The thing I like about this is as long as you put food in this, it will keep your dinos fed for you, like your baby dinos, and you don't have to worry about them dying of starvation. As well as it will always get them imprinted. You'll always have 100% imprinting on your dino with these guys. It is awesome. So all you have to do is come in here, put the food in here. Depending on the dinos you have hatching, you will need different food. So you might need some berries in here or things like that, depending on what you're hatching out. But if you use this in conjunction with this here, which is the hatchery, these two work hand in hand together. It is absolutely incredible. So you use this one here to feed all your babies, take care of your babies, and you're using the hatchery to hatch your babies. What this will do is, as long as it has power, you put your eggs in here, and it will work them down to 1% incubation. So if we look at this, every single one of these eggs is now ready to hatch. It won't all like hatch them for you inside of here. It just gets them to where as soon as you throw them out, as long as there's an incubator or anything around, or not incubator, air conditioner, it'll just boom, instantly hatch out. So with these here, it's gonna get them all the way down to ready to hatch for you. You don't have to stress or worry or anything like that. You just plop them in here and this thing will do the work for you. And you then take the one out that you want, or all of them if you want to hatch all of them. We're just gonna do one. We're gonna come over here and we are gonna plop this on the ground here, just like so. You know, for some reason my my fertilized eggs are just not working right now. I don't even know why. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't show you the fertilized eggs right now because every time I drop one on the ground for the last couple of videos, they just disappear. So we're gonna do some pretending here, okay? So we're gonna pretend that there's an egg on the ground right now, and oh look, it hatched out. Oh, look at the baby, it's so cute. Okay, so now we have a cute little baby on the ground. Well, this thing here, we can just, as long as we turn off following so it doesn't follow us, we can just leave it. We're good. This guy, or this girl, sorry, as long as she has food in here, she is going to keep that baby fed. She's gonna start imprinting it slowly for you, and you just have to come back and pick it up when it's done. And it's like a babysitter. It's really cool. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with my fertilized eggs right now. I feel like it's something to do with admin panel, which is a mod I used for getting a lot of my items. Every fertilized egg I spawn in with the admin panel disappears. So, unfortunately, I can't show you the actual hatching of an egg. Just take my word for it. It's really cool. Like, it's really, really cool. So anyways, let's move on with the rest of them, which are all working. It's just the fertilized eggs for some reason. Right? Like I don't know. Something going on with fertilized eggs. Okay, so next we have different sizes of your... I gotta turn this off. Which one is it? Is it this one? Okay, it is that one. That one was so loud. Okay, so anyways, we have different sizes of your planters. And the thing that's cool about these is these have 30 storage instead of like 6 or 7. Like it's a huge amount. So not only do they have double storage, but these here are an incredible thing with these over here. So you get a gardener and you get a farmer. Which one's which? Okay, you're the farmer. So you get a farmer and you get a gardener. All you have to do is set up your planters just like so. And let's go into here, because again, they don't show you anything in there. So your farmer here will distribute fertilizer to nearby crop plots, will collect fertilizer from nearby compost bins as well as dung beetles. So it's kind of like a dung beetle on its own. Only difference is it will collect the fertilizer instead of the poop, and it will actually put it where it needs to go. It is so cool. So all you have to do with this guy here is literally leave him where you have your dung beetle set up or compost bins. Or if you don't have any of that and you just kind of want to, fill this guy full of fertilizer like I did, you just put a whole bunch of fertilizer in here, and this guy here will just take care of your plot. Now, I was hoping this was actually going to be growing before we got going here, but apparently this one just did not. So what will happen is this guy here will fertilize everything in here. Do I have any? I don't have any seeds. Hold on. Let me grab a seed here. Gotta at least get a seed, like one. There we go. I was gonna say, give me one seed. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna plop a seed down in here, just like so. And I'm gonna take one of these because I don't know if. Hold on. That's what happened. So we'll explain that in just 1 second. So okay, so you got your farmer here, which will fertilize all of your crops. And then you've got your gardener here. The gardener is really cool, but you do need to change a few things on this just because of what I'm about to explain. So your gardener will collect your crops from nearby crop plots, which is absolutely incredible. Can place preserving salt in inventory, which cool beans. Or can use tech generator or beer for fuel. Also uses regular power, just so you know, you don't need tech. You can use just regular power. Now, when you activate this, it is going to harvest everything, and I mean everything, out of your plots here. So what you want to do is deactivate this guy for a second, grab your seeds, because it will take the seeds out of your plot, and it takes them out fast. Put your seeds in here, make sure, there we go. As soon as you put a seed in, see how that guy filled it full of fertilizer, like just instantly, boom, he was right on that. So as soon as there's a seed in here, this guy will fertilize your stuff for you. This one will harvest it as soon as it's ready. So as long as you have these guys around, they will harvest all your stuff. And you don't have to have them right beside it. I did this just for visual. You can have them anywhere inside the base. They'll still harvest it. It's pretty cool. Now that we have that done, make sure that this is growing first and then turn this person on. Because if not, she will take the seeds out of there before they can actually turn into a plant. Once you have everything all set up, turn her on and she will now harvest all of your items, which is really cool. So she's going to collect all your crops that are there now. Every time they're ripe, she's going to harvest them for you. They're not going to have to be replanted unless you go and remove them yourself. You just have to let them actually start before you turn her on. That's all. So now you have basically automated your entire farm and hatchery and everything with this. Like, this mod adds a lot of automation. It is really cool. So, before this gets crazy long, let's get through the last few mods here. So, you do have some mini vaults, which are really cool. It also has regular size vaults, but I wanted to show off the mini vaults. So, if you want the same kind of idea, they have 250 storage, and they are just absolutely adorable. They're cute, they're small, they fit anywhere you want. And just like everything else in the mod, you can auto pull to this or auto pull into your own inventory. Really cool feature. You have this here, which is your CS mutator. I didn't get to try this one out because I don't have any dinos set up over here. I should actually get that going here before too long. But this will send out a pulse of radiation that causes nearby dinos to lay mutated eggs or give birth to mutated offspring, depending on if you have mammals or babies or egg layers. Multiple stacks increase stat gain per mutation, and it only works on adult creatures. So if you want to mutate your creatures and guarantee mutations on your creatures, you pulse this out, take those eggs, hatch them all out, raise those up, pulse it again, keep on doing that, and you can mutate beyond what you should be able to. A friend of mine, Yeti, on the server I play on, he mutates like crazy. It's like his favorite thing. And I have never seen mutations like this guy has on his. Like, he has a stegosaur breed that can take out gigas, and I'm not even joking. Like, they're the most OP things I've ever seen. So you can mutate beyond what you think with this. It is really cool. Next, you have a regular smithy. Probably should have showed this one before we went to the industrial smithy, but anyways, same idea. This one will hold 50 items, which is a lot more than your regular one. It'll smelt a lot faster than your regular one, and you can auto pull it to it. So another really, really cool feature. Next, we have your barrier. Not gonna lie, never used this. I don't really think there's a purpose to this. I mean, there probably is, I guess, but this just adds a protective barrier around a very small area. Oh, you can, oh, okay, never mind. You can increase and decrease it. Okay, that's cool. Next, we have this here, which is your tech replicator. Same as your one in the in-game, only difference is, again, this one will let you craft all of the CS versions of things that you want to build. It is a really, really cool thing. Again, I don't know what the difference of all these are. If anyone knows, please just let me know, because I would really like to know, actually. But there's a lot of structures that have a CS version, and I don't understand why. I would like to understand why, because, I mean, I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know why. So anyways, anything CS version you want, you can craft in here, which is absolutely incredible. And then the tech, we'll go to this one quickly. The tech trough works exactly the same as the regular trough, only has 600 storage, which is huge. As well as it can also refrigerate things as long as it's powered by a tech fridge, or a tech power. So basically anything you put in here will take a very, very long time to spoil now, and that's just going to keep things fed for a long time. Alright, the last item we're going to look at before we finish this up is the tech transmitter. This one here is basically the same as the in-game one, only a lot smaller and handier. You can summon any of your bosses with this. You can transfer your creatures or inventory or survivor across any of the maps. So again, on the server I play on, a lot of people do have these set up in their bases so that we don't have to keep going over to obelisks all the time to keep transferring back and forth on maps. You can set this up in your base, go over to it, activate it, head over to the map, and you're good to go. So really, really handy, really cool. But I think that's going to do it for the mod today. I know there is stuff that we didn't get to. The mod is absolutely insane. It's huge. It's one of the biggest overhauls I think I've seen. But anyways, hopefully you guys all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that sub button, tell a friend, share it around, all that cool stuff. Most importantly, hopefully you're all being kind to one another, being kind to yourselves, and I will see each one of you guys here real soon.